I joined Senate mostly because when I was a prospective student, Max Popoff, who was hosting me, was the sustainability chair, I believe. And I don't know, it just seemed like a really cool aspect of Knox, and I definitely wanted to be a part of it. I guess the reason I want to be campus life chair is because we've gotten so much done this year with washers and dryers, heat housing finally. Yeah, I think that next year we can get even more done and take more input from the student body.
I became involved in Senate just because I was involved in debate in high school, and Knox College doesn't really have a debate team, so I kind of figured what else seemed a little bit interesting to me that would suit just stuff that I was interested in. So I joined Senate, and this is why I'm here. And along with Victor, I was also on the Campus Life Committee, and we did get a lot of stuff done, but being on that committee and realizing how stressful it was and how confusing some protocol objects could be at points, I thought that I would take matters into my own hands and see if I could become the campus life chair just to reform the committee in and of itself. Because although we were successful this year, there were a lot of bumps on the way. And that's not something that should happen in this committee, especially when it deals with such a large variety of on-campus life.
I'm currently on the Dining Services Committee, and I believe that there's a lot more that I could contribute to Knox and to the dining service, to the dining experience that we have here. I have a lot of ideas that I believe that a lot of people are going to enjoy, and it's going to appeal to the wide variety of tastes.
And I'm really interested in being in Senate because I really think that dining services really needs to be more accessible to the public, and there needs to be like a better efficiency. It needs to be run better. I think that what you put in your mouth is really important. I mean, it's fundamentally important, and the dining services should be as accessible as possible to the student body, as should they be delicious, right? So I think that it'd be a good idea that you have a grab and go somewhere near the quads, maybe an option like that, as long as it's viable. Definitely restructuring the layout of the caf, because I mean the lines are treacherously long, and it would just be so nice if we could just move in and out and just get what we want to eat and just eat.
As I said before, I'm currently on the Dining Services Committee, and I just believe that there's a lot more for me to accomplish. I had a short list of aspirations that I wrote down for the committee. Much like when Pablo said, I would like to see our dining areas improved so that we can facilitate all the people who want to eat, and it's easily accessible to everybody, so that people don't have to always move to quads. Though I remember we have spoken about this in the Dining Services Committee, and it is a problem that we would have to compromise with Helen for. I wanted to create a new committee within my Dining Services Committee, which would allow students to test the new recipes that Muhammad has been coming up with, that he introduces to the cafeteria every year, with the way he rotates food. I wanted to create a way that allows international students to suggest recipes for Muhammad to try, so they can have a flavor of the week, maybe a flavor of the month, or can try one new meal. And international students can also try the recipes that he believes are from the countries, and they can tell him what would you add a little more to so that it tastes more authentic, and it's actually good effort, so that we get a more experience in our dining. I also want to create a monthly poll, if possible, in which I'll be able to get interaction with the regular students, so we can see what people think about the experiences, what are the things, what are their suggestions, so we can be more actively engaged with the students. We can see, oh, I want to change this because I have so complaints, and we're going to change it. We're going to be proactive with the students. Finally, I just wanted to make vegan and vegetarian options a lot more appealing. It's a big problem from what I've heard from a lot of my friends here. They just say that the vegetarian option is just not interesting. And I believe that you can still, within the vegetarian confines, you can still find healthy, delicious food.
Hello everyone, I'm Charlie. I'm Charlie, so I'm running for secretary, obviously. I have a lot of ideas for secretary. The main thing that I'd like to push towards everyone is the social media aspect of it. I feel like it's also become cliche to say like Facebook and Twitter are huge, but I think you can't underestimate how important social media is. There's also, I'll save that idea for later. Okay, but I think there's a huge social media aspect to the secretary position that people kind of underestimated, and this year wasn't like too big. But I think you can have just better outreach between the campus and then also the secretary position and the student senate itself. So, and I'm from St. Louis. I'm a first year. I play soccer and basketball. I'm like 6 foot, 155 pounds. Blue eyes.
I have blue eyes also. My name is Eli Mulhausen, and I was actually secretary last year for the winter and spring terms. I'm applying again to serve as secretary because there are a lot of aspects I feel that merit more experience in the position. Especially, there's a lot of turnover. Especially, I was voted in after my predecessor decided to drop out, and like Charlie said, social media is also very big. But I also want to push for more transparency and making more information about Senate available. Bookkeeping has just been something I feel like has been just kind of dropped and left below. Having some sort of Wikipedia page with all the minutes that readily accessible that everybody on campus knows about would be ideal. And I'd also like to increase the participation, the fact that most of you are all in the Senate and there's nobody really much people from the actual student body is a real problem. And working with the students and would definitely improve the student senate.